Hello, welcome back to Mr. Arsenal podcast for yet another live stream, late night chat, etc. Basically, as you see in the title, I'm going to throw my 10 pence into this news that we've had today from the Premier League, Sky, and BT. And to say I'm peeved with them, it's an understatement. It just shows yet again. Think of their pockets, think of themselves, fuck the peasants, fuck the rest, fuck the fans. All we care about is ourselves, basically. As you see in the title, the Premier League, Sky and BT's greed comes racing to the surface yet again. Evening, by the way, Russ, shout out Russ in the chat, how you doing? I thought I could have a night off, but nope. Premier League and all that, the powers that be, seem to piss me off, so here we are. Basically the news is today that they're out. Starting from next weekend, Premier League wise. For the next month, for the rest of the month, basically, games that haven't been scheduled on TV, that'd be and as it says, that's 5 games a weekend. Are basically going to be put on TV, but basically not as it has been since the return of the Premier League back in the summer. They've decided they want to charge us now extra, and it's not even a good scheme, but in my opinion, it's absolutely stupid because it's come back in a bit of the arse. I mean, people have literally snagging off left, right, and centre. Basically, what it is, for all 5 games, Sky and BT Sport will going to use their box office service, and you have to pay £14.95 per game. As I said, there's 5 games every weekend, starting from next weekend onwards. Tomorrow sounds shocking off the bed. No worries, mate. That's fine. No worries. But yeah, it's just, as I said, as I was saying, literally, there's 5 games that haven't been scheduled, then 5 games you've got to now pay £14.95 if you want to watch all them. Not for all them games, individually, and via Sky or BT. Notice how Amazon haven't been involved in this deal either. And it's just ridiculous. I mean, as you know, guys, on this channel, me and Richard mainly have been chatting on here. We've discussed certain ways they could actually do things and actually set up a service if they want to get some money out of it. Set up a sort of monthly, not a Netflix sort of service, like pay £5 a month extra if you want to watch the extra games or what these extra 5 games basically. But do it in the Premier League, or the Premier League clubs allow for the time being until further notice these next 6 months, allow all the Premier League teams to stream these games off the club's websites for a monthly fee of £5 or something. You know, something that's an incentive that makes sense, that isn't taking the piss. What they've put forward and what they're going ahead with for the rest of this month is an absolute piss take. I know it's done now. It's assured, and because obviously now none of us in the UK can go to these games. Obviously, none of us in general can go to these games. All it's done is assured that we won't be using their service anymore, and we'll find the games elsewhere, so we say. And they're going to lose more money. They don't want to lose in the first place, which is absolutely ironic. But yet again, all it is about themselves. Me. Fuck you, fans. We don't care about you. This, even with Kevin Campbell, and he said we've agreed at the time that obviously playing games behind the closed doors, you sort of the respect for fans might come back or something because you see how important fans are. Nah, it's got worse. It's not even got. It's got. I'll say worse. It's got out of control. They don't care. All they care is about the money in their pocket. Money in their pockets, basically. And as Russ says in the chat, put myself up this set. I pay enough for Sky and BT. It will drive people to stream from other box servers. Yeah, exactly. All right, Brownie, by the way, how you doing? 3-0. Come on, England. Does it sound crackly? Okay, give me a second. Let's check that if it's my. Yeah, I've just checked it. I do apologise. It's my hoodie, sorry. Passing in with the mic. I do apologise. I'll try to sort that out now. One sec. Put it away a bit. Hopefully that's better. Let me know if that's improved or not. Let me know if that's improved in the chat. I do apologise for that. But as I was... Mute yourself. I'm just... It's many things worse, as you said. And as Russ says, good, that's fantastic. Sorry about that. As Russ says, yeah, it's going to make yourself and others who currently do have a Sky subscription or BT subscription or both to unsubscribe and just go elsewhere, i.e., streaming sites that don't take the piss for better quality as well, better quality and better commentary. Let's be honest. I mean, as I said, they could have done a monthly thing, but apparently they're going to reassess things. The word on their views, it's all horse name, isn't it? It's all words. But yeah, come the end of the month, they're going to reassess it, come together, reassess, and go from there, basically. So November, either continue into November or they'll change it, have a little adjustment here and there. Possibly might even go up knowing them, to be honest. I mean, when you think about it, in the UK, that this price of £14.95 for a game for 90 minutes of football per game out of 5, spread over two channels. That price used to be the full price of a boxing night, basically, especially on Sky anyway, until they got the price there in the last few years. So the pricing doesn't even make sense. I know they've got to make money here, but they're making enough money as it is, especially Sky. Oh God, what's Johnny done now? Oh yeah, don't. Making me feel old as well, mate. But yeah, I used to remember that. Champions League Tuesday, Champions League Wednesdays on ITV, highlights on ITV. Then after the initial contract ran out with BT and they renewed it and got a new deal with Champions League rights, we can no longer watch highlights on ITV. They took that away from us to push everyone to go to BT. Personally, I've got the app because I have BT Wi-Fi, fiber Wi-Fi. I have the app, and that's like the app itself is you choose to get the service on the app. It's like £10, so and I can watch all the live events, this, that, and the other. That's the same. You can pay premium streaming services, which cost less for a year than what you pay for Sky in a month. Exactly. I mean, the only reason why my Sky bill is lower than what it should be because for 2.5, 3 years, we had nothing but shit with their broadband because when they updated their services to Sky Q and all that, Oh, I had to update the Sky Q, and then with that, the broadband server, like, update the broadband, and basically with that, there'd be no issues. Absolutely fine. If anything, the issues with broadband are even worse than what it was standard beforehand. But there's no fibre in here. We've got to stick with it. Stick with it. I will let you. We've got to put you on our little list. Let you know when the fiber's in the area. Never did. It came and gone like that. So I thought, fuck you. Went cancelled the service and went to BT for less. And it's beyond the time it was on the offer, so it cost us less. And obviously the BT app. It just pisses me off. And it's going to be only people. The main as an Arsenal fan, I'm complaining not just as an Arsenal fan, but as a whole, because it's going to hurt more so the club, the fans that support the middle table, lower tier clubs that can't see it, obviously go to their games live and all that, especially for the foreseeable future until at least February, March at the latest. And yeah, it just pisses me off, and I'm sick of it. I know what. Come Monday, I'm cancelling everything. I can't. It'll be. What's the word? It'll be wrong of me to come on here doing this sort of streaming or complaining, and if I weren't there, weren't to act and continue paying these frauds a service which, if anything, you don't even get your money. You don't get your money's worth of how much they charge you. If we're being brutally honest, but yeah, all I've done is literally, because I think it's literally brought it up for last week. That only a select few games. Not all the games have been given dates and all that, times and dates. Times and dates. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know. I didn't personally notice it because I didn't. I just assumed they'd continue as they were because I hadn't said any different. But especially with the new government guidelines that basically no fans can come in for at least another 6 months. This, that, and the other. Nothing of it until he mentioned it. And then this is obviously broke today that, yeah, all they've done is stop what they're doing. There's no reason for them to stop because they're showing all the games across all platforms on BT, Sky, Amazon, and BBC. They'd all seemed up to cover all the games up till now. So all they've done is, in noticing this, still they haven't even approached BBC or Amazon. It's for themselves. It's all out for themselves, basically. Protect the big wigs, fuck the rest, basically. And here we are, basically. They're just looking after themselves. And I'm going to get on the screen now a few tweets that I did. I've come up, obviously retweeted and then perhaps I can get access to this because I want to see the blog. I was doing this tonight anyway. But first off, from Henry Winter, who's saying, I'll get on it. £14.95 to watch a game on pay-per-view is disgraceful. £5, okay, but £14.95 ? That's disgusting. At a time when Premier League clubs spent £1.2 billion on players. When they'll give agents 200 million. When so many families are struggling, the creed of greed is in the Premier League DNA. But this truly stinks. Exactly. Yeah, it's basically what I've been trying to get across, but he said it more democratically, shall we say. He's got a point. These clubs, all these clubs, crying poverty all of a sudden, with everything that's happened. Where are they crying poverty when they're signing these players left, front, and centre? I've always said all along the 3 clubs in England that will never be in this country, will never be affected with the current climate are oil money Chelsea, run by country Man City, and Manchester United. Everyone else, you can, okay. Even us to an extent, we shouldn't be because we've got an owner, but it's not going to go to VAR owner. And then follows up with that tweet, by the way, saying, "Get up. The Premier League needs to be very careful here. I'm lucky to go to games behind closed doors, and full respect to the players for giving everything. But games are soulless without fans." Another point I'm trying to make. Premier League risks alienating fans with its blatant greed. When fans can return in 6 months, will they all? Question mark. And I think they will. I think this is really going to hit the nail on it, put the nail in the coffin for especially tourist fans. You get the old tourist fans, the bigger clubs, but not a lot, not to the extent of what we are as a whole. And the smaller clubs will be like, no way, they won't go to the local in their numbers, if that makes sense. And then we'll go back, and another shocker that really pissed me off today, really, when I saw this, was this tweet from Footy Accumulators, which I don't follow because I can't follow because, yeah, I'll go into it later. Leicester, as you can see on the screen, Leicester City were the only Premier League club to vote against the introduction of pay-per-view matches. Fair play to Leicester, pathetic from the other 19 clubs, and I agree. I totally agree with that. It's an absolute fucking disgrace, and the fact that my club was one of the clubs clearly that are doing this, that voted this through, and we've just spent 45 million on Partey, over 200k in wages, God knows what on agent fees. What was it, 27, 28 million on Gabriel on agent fee, the salary and all that. We spent money this summer, and we're crying fucking pauper as well. It just pisses me off. Richard in the chat, pick up Richard over on my Facebook page. Greed will kill football. Well, it will, and it is. I think it is killing football. This is going to kill it even more, what they've done, unless they backtrack and fast, which I don't think they will. They're going to sit in their backsides for the next, what we're on, the 9th. So from obviously match day next is 17th. For the next 2.5 weekends, they're going to sit in their arse and hope that people are stupid enough, and there will be the ones that could afford it that will do it, that haven't been affected by all the financial implications of COVID yet, that will, but not as many as they want. But they'll hope more. I mean, they'll hope everyone will go, we have to watch every game all of a sudden and pay £15, and they'll pay 5p or £15 to watch fucking every game. Lorne Burkhamp saying football really is just a business. The game's not for the fans anymore. No, it hasn't been. It's a lot of Chelsea and Man City ownership-wise has come along and took over in different aspects, and it's sort of carried on bled into the Premier League and all that. And I can't get my new comments up. DJ Fury it is a piss take, pure greed. Yep. I think you're going to have to bear with me for just a split second. I have tweets of talking about all this. Let's have a look. I'll get some more reaction, significantly more reaction from people. Therefore, see if they agree with I'm just being overreactionary as per usual. Some people say, let's have a look. Until I've put in the comments on that. That's the one. I don't know if you can see your screen. Put it up in there. There we go. If I can zoom in, bloody hell. Basically, I'm going to get this up now. This is a tweet 7 hours ago from 6 hours south. I think that pretty much sums it up. Fuck Sky Sports, fuck BT Sports, and most of all, fuck the Premier League. Yeah, this is another thing they're trying to. This is actually, I'll get on this message here. This is something that the Premier League are keen to ram home. That Sky and BT won't make any money out of it, out of this scheme. All the money is going to go back into the Premier League, helping the Premier League clubs. As I said, Man City oil money, run by a country. Chelsea, Russian mafia oil money. Man United is a corporate company, literally worldwide known. Got billions of pounds, billions, and they're in debt, but still they do have money. Arsenal owned by KSC, i.e. Stan Kroenke, even though his son's more hands-on. Liverpool got owners, multi-millionaire owner. Take this off the screen. I'm going to have to go on my phone, ain't I? I'll get these chats up because being a pain in the arse. If I had guessed, it would have been easier. Football Brownies in the chat saying, so if you've already paid for a season ticket, would you still have to pay for the games on top? I don't know, because of obviously everyone assumed that obviously we've back facts that have a number of fans will be back in by now. Obviously that went out the window, but before that it was that of Arsenal itself, they set up a ballot scheme for season ticket holders. They wanted to come back straight away, or they wanted to wait. They could hold off and not pay. If they did, but we went into a ballot. They'd have to pay a certain amount, and this, that, and the others. But I don't know what's happened with that since in the recent news. And also, you're saying in the chat, so Sky and BT won't make money out of TV advertising. Then won't make any money out of TV advertising, then will they? Exactly. Less said about that, the better. I'm just. I want to vent, but I've literally got Finn Walls and he's got kids next door, and that's not fair on them. You know, it's Friday night. I'm just sick of it. Absolutely sick of this bollocks. I'm going to go back into the Twitter sphere and get more reaction. Whilst I'm doing that, please don't forget to smash the like button, share. If you're new to the channel and you're liking what I'm doing tonight and other stuff I've done, do subscribe to the channel. But yeah, in terms of sharing, don't nitpick. Literally just share everywhere you possibly can. Let's spread the word. What's the name? Go back. Excuse me. Won't stay on this much longer. I will move on to other pressing matters as well. But this is the main thing we have to talk about. Well, that's another thing, actually. It's on the screen. I'll put it up on the screen now. Obviously, yesterday, if you're an Arsenal fan, we all got emails yesterday saying they're doing a screening at the Emirates for the Man City away game. And if you want to be there, register your interest. And they came up. There's a little twist, as you can see on the screen. cheapest you have to pay for. You have to pay. Never had to before and done this with your member and all that. But now you have to pay £49 just for the day. And you'll have a little bit. You'll be given a drink and something to eat, maybe if you're lucky. But £49 to sit in the corporate, like the box level tier of the Emirates indoor bit, watch it on a fucking pulled down screen, basically. Social distance, of course, which is another piss take. But this person here says, so it's easy for me to read. So I pay Arsenal £49 a season to be a member. I pay Sky Sports £24 a month, and BT Sports £20 plus pounds, charging hard working football. £14.95 a game is a disgrace. People can't afford that price at the moment because of COVID, and this is the main thing that's pissing me off. I'm going to close this now because that's just more of these things that piss me off. This is the main thing that pissed me off. They've done this in a circumstance where people are getting made redundant and losing jobs and don't even know they've got enough money to put food on the table for their families. But no, it's all about them. Poor old them, the multi-billionaires of what they are, the multi-billion-pound companies, the multi-billion-pound organisation that's become richer since they pulled away, made their own sort of diversity away from the rest of the EFL. Because it used to be about 10 years ago, Premier League and EFL clubs all were run by one organisation at once, FA. And then the powers that be decided, oh no, they wanted to put away and do their own thing and not be part of the rest of the EFL. Premier League has to have its own people running it, basically, and this, that, and the other. Big up to Harvey, by the way, in the chat. He's again on my Facebook page. Respect to Leicester for the only team that voted no, exactly. And as an Arsenal fan, it does piss me off that my club did that in a week when I've made someone that's given 27 years of service to the club as a team mascot made him redundant, and then spent obviously a forced, as Andrew said on Richard's channel last night, they were sort of forced into announcing that on that day. But either way, they've made him redundant. So yeah, and then obviously they spend £45 million on Partey and over 200k in wages on him, and plus agent fees and this, that, and the other. So that's sort of, and then in the meantime, behind the scenes, they're clearly crying pauper and going, oh yeah, let's piss the fans off even more. Let's try and make lots more money out of it and cry pauper and poor old us while they're losing their jobs and not knowing they can put food on the table for their kids. Oh. But yeah, of course, yeah. Brownie, as your last thing, as I did mention it before, was I can now put it on the screen actually. Yeah, there's no way they wouldn't want to make. They're gonna make money out of the advertising at least. So it's not like they're getting nothing out of this. And I have no doubt this charge, this money, all this money that apparently going to use up into the Premier League pot and all that crap is crap. A smidgen of that goes to the Premier League. The most of it will go between the three organisations that set this all up. And the fact that they've used that PR of, all this money to go to the Premier League and this, that, and the other, to try and guilt fans into going, oh, if it's for that cause, oh yeah, the proper die-hard fans of respective clubs go, oh, of course, why not? And it gets me up the wrong way. And as I said, as of Monday, Sky, you've lost my customer service. BT, I can't. I will not no longer be using their app, so I'll be getting my money back for that. And yeah, no worries. I won't be on for much longer anyway. Steve, hope you're feeling better, by the way. Yeah, so streaming sites prepare to be absolutely ragged for the next month or two, maybe more. Depends how greedy the Premier League and all that gets it further on in. The only way this scheme fails and they don't continue this going into November is if everyone, I mean every fan of the 9 to 20 Premier League clubs, not one of us, sorry, pays that charge of £14.95 for any of the games. Because if they get one payment, they'll continue it. Not only will they continue the scheme, they'll raise the price even further for the following month. And then you'll be effectively paying the price of what they charge for fucking boxing night. And for us people in the UK, the sort of service, the sort of product you get with boxing night. You get all the undercards, all the build up, everything else, the main event, and that's right. For that price, you're getting 6-7 hours worth of content, whereas this is for 90 minutes of football. So that's my message. That's what I'm saying. Please, can people spread the word of this stream alone? People subscribe and agree with me. Fantastic. As well, that'd be fantastic. But I think it's enough. We have to, as fans, we have to take a stand now. This isn't anymore. That's the thing, actually, Ross. I haven't actually said. I'd assume that I'd assume they'd have to pay as well. The £14.95 for the fee as well. I'd assume that's the case because they haven't said anything different. That's interesting. Obviously we'll find out, won't we? Yeah, I mean, before I go, but everyone in Scotland's wondering why the fucking numbers are high and why they're getting COVID here. Then positive COVID, the numbers of COVID are going fucking through the roof. I know it's going down. It's bad down here in England, but in Scotland, it's going obviously they're way ahead of us. The majority of fucking football teams every week is like a football team, most of their squad gets fucking gets tested positive for it and all that. I don't know if you know, guys. I'm seeing on Twitter. Obviously, Scotland were playing last night in the qualifying for Euros, their first qualifying match. They went to penalties and won on pens. I don't know what it's called because I was literally I was on another podcast, as you all know. But yeah, this afternoon, early evening, someone put out a video. I'm assuming the person that was working in the actual pub itself in Scotland. 10 p.m. Obviously, it's kick out, isn't it? It's in Scotland as well. Big up yourself, Lauren, in the chat as well. Big up yourself. Hope you're all right. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. Smash the like button and share the content around. Hope to see you in the future on the channel. This, that, and the up, and all that. And they're more active, and interacting in the chat as well. Could be doing a lot more live streams. Especially when you've got fucking idiots like Sky and BT doing what they've done today and making me have to do this because it's pissing me off. I have to say something. And might as well just say it to you guys and see what your thoughts are. But as I was saying, literally, pubs are kicking out and all that. 10, I had to kick out at 10. And everyone has to go home. That's the rule. Oh no. Literally a load of fucking news that have got in Scotland that obviously have been out, that gone out, all come out together and all that. And Game was still on, and literally I just stood outside, all together, all coming together, watching the screen through the door window. Not being, and the staff are all sitting there watching them, having a laugh. And then obviously when they went through, they all celebrating, jumping on top of each other again. And people wonder why. And Scotland are more fucking Nicola Sturgeon's been more clear, more strict than fucking Boris has been. So if that's happening with someone who's been clear and concise in what she's doing, how she's handling things, in the sense of how she's wording it, putting it out to her people. God, fuck knows how it's going to be for us down here. It's only a matter of time before we're back in lockdown again. So maybe that's another reason why it's fucking. It's been assessed at the end of the month because we won't be lockdown by the end of the month anyway. Because there actually is rumours. I don't know if it's 100%. No, it's just rumours that in the UK we could be in another lockdown for 6 months. Oh, fucking joy! At least the thing is, at least I have Arsene Wenger's book to read for the first couple of weeks, if that. That comes out next week. Master in the chat is also saying, it's just my screen. Pubs pay extortionate rates already for Sky and BT already. Oh no. So do we. Everyone. It seems everyone does. But I get what you're saying as well there. But from what the Premier League and all that have put out, I don't think they're being treated any differently to us. So they have to. If they want to show a certain game that's not being obviously broadcast yet, it's been on Sky or BT, the normal setup, they're going to have to pay that £14.95 charge per game that they want to show from the box office side of things. And I think with certain companies like Green King, I've worked for Green King when I was younger. Trust me, the Green King, the company itself, won't do that. And if the managers on the ones that run the particular sites go against them, they'll be sacked. Literally the next morning, they'll get word of it, and the people will be sacked because they try to save money, for fuck's sake. Let's be honest. I said, no, I fucking worked with them. I used to be on set. COVID invested. Asked Misfit Steve is also. He's saying I used to belong to a group of 25 people that watched F1, and now none of them watch it, mostly due to the cost. It drove sponsors away, which hurt the grid numbers as teams could not find sponsors. That's it. Because I used to remember again growing up when I was even younger. And obviously, back in the days, as it mentioned, the Champions League used to be on ITV. Formula One used to be on ITV and BBC, and then BBC got it back for literally a year. They'd agreed a 3-4 year deal, had it back a year, and then literally Sky came along and fucked that all up. And how can I put it? The initial contract got torn up and moved on, so we say. And then they had to share for a year, and then slowly but surely, over that rest of that contract, BBC were eased off, and Sky took full control. And now, as you said, now look, dear, right. You can bet the top 6 to 8 teams will be featured heavily in this new format. Oh, exactly. Because they're going to do that to try and, as I said, entice not just the die-hard fans, all fans, to pay this fee. But as I've said about 5 minutes ago, the only way this scheme doesn't continue beyond this month is if no one, and I mean not a single person, pays for this scheme. Because even one payment, that'll be it, they'll continue it, and they'll up the price. Lars also saying in the chat, cost £4 per year in India for all Premier League games. God, we're treated like shit over here. Oh my days! And you get to see literally every game. And Sky make a big. This is meant to be Sky's baby. Premier League is meant to be Sky's baby. Yeah, they always came up. We went for last week. Fucking Premier League would never be on Sky. This that never be on TV. That never existed. This that never. How they portray it all. It's their baby, and yet they treat us all like crap. They treat us like mugs. Fucking. Oh my God. They make a big deal every year. What was it? 129 Premier League games, I think it is this year. They're showing, and that's what, a 90. If you're going for the full Sky Sports package, that's not. I'm trying to think now. 15, or I'm on £15. I think it's another full price. Need 20 quid. If you want all the HD package as well, it's an extra couple quid here and there. So you're looking at around 20, 30, like 25, 30 quid, maybe more, for the sports side alone. And as you're saying, there you are over there paying £4 to watch everything, all the games. We're not getting all the games, and we were getting all the games at the start up in the return of football and all that, and the first part of this season, the first literally month of this season. Now it's all gone. They've all gone. Fuck you. We're looking after ourselves now. Fuck you, Bob. The most. That's saliva. To make the sport, the more people will lose interest and stop watching and caring. Sponsors will see the loss of exposure and leave. Right now, sponsors are at a premium. Exactly. Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. And this is why I like doing live things as well, because I interact with you guys and you can add things to the argument and the debate. And obviously, talking of debates, Sam's joined us. Well, here we are again. It's not my fault. Blame the Premier League, blame Sky, and blame fucking BT Sport. This is meant to be my night off before Sunday, and hey, here we are. Again, it's me having to vent out my frustration at the corporate greed this time of said people that I've mentioned in the title and just mentioned now. I'm just sick of it. But hey, big up Sam. Hope you're feeling much better today. A lot more energy. Oh, I'm feeling a lot better. That's that's fantastic, Steve. It's all bonkers. All these different packages and streaming servers for everything. It's ridiculous. Exactly. I mean, also, just on a side away from football at the moment for a second. I don't know if you remember, Sam. There was that show. What's it called? What's it called now? Oh, it used to be years ago, and they just brought it back. The puppets and all that, taking the piss out of the politicians and all that. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. One sec. Oh, Spitting Image. That's obviously all that show's been brought back recently, and for the modern day and all that. Same format, everything, but just obviously modernised in the sense of the characters. And everyone assumed it was coming back to ITV, and not the case. It said it's going to BritBox. You got a 7-day free trial, and after you have to decide if you're going to pay £5 a month for the service or not. Here we go. One sec. Russ is saying in the chat the 3 o'clock blackout on the Saturday doesn't hold water with me anymore. Exactly. The fact that UEFA sort of loosened the reins on that since not only with the return of the Premier League back in the summer, but even going into this next season, they've loosened it off. As you said, doesn't hold any water anymore. Doesn't hold any gumption. There's no reason to go back to that anymore. and people will always go back to the stadium when it's allowed. I get what you're saying, but I think things like this and the fact that, as we've discussed, 19 out of the 20 clubs voted for this to go ahead will piss off the fans of all clubs, especially your Burnleys, like your local, the ones that are really like localist teams and this, that, and the other, like that community sort of based team. That's going to piss off the fans. There, are they really going to want to go to the games at the stadium when it's allowed, and when they know that their club did what they've done and tried to crucify them effectively for wanting to watch their team live at home when they're getting made redundant and losing their jobs, and again, as I said, not knowing if they can put food on the table for their kids and this, that, and the other. Now the added pressure in, especially for the hardcore, the added pressure of deciding food on the table for my kids and my family, or not, and actually just watch a game of football for 90 minutes. And as I said, that price as it currently is, it used to be the price of a boxing match from Sky Box Office, and you're getting 7-8 hours worth of content back with that back then. This is literally 90 minutes. It would have made, as I said, if they set up a scheme where it would have been like a month, like it's like a Netflix, like a £5 subscription every month. Out of only month, you could decide that every month if you wanted to keep it going and this, that, and the other. £5. I think people would have got more on board in it. That £5 covers all games. People have been on board with that, but the fact they've done this, it just. Go back into chat. Amazon getting in on the game too. So if you're on Amazon Prime, that's another $79.99. Exactly. I mean, Amazon tried since last season they started doing that, didn't they? Or was it the season before? I think now. That was last season. They've joined the gang, but they've joined the gang, so to speak. But then they've been them and BBC, and they've been especially in BBC itself. It helps out with spreading the game, covering the games over the summer. Both them and Amazon have been completely excluded from this scheme, so that won't go down well. But as you said, yeah, in normal circumstances, Amazon have jumped in on the bandwagon. That's that £8. As you said, $7.99 for again. And again, with Amazon, it's only a handful of games over the season. Literally 2-3 match days. That's it. If they're lucky, but you're paying £8. But at least with Amazon, when they're doing their match days, they're covering all the games over the weekend. Even the ones that are on Sky and BT, respectively, they're giving their own coverage. Well, it does when it comes to Thomas Partey and transfers, Sam. There's no getting around that. If you're lucky enough to like different shows on different services, you have to pay HBO, Netflix, Amazon, Hulu Plus, Disney Plus. It is. I mean, I remember when I first got Netflix I'm trying to think now, 3-4 years ago. There was Disney stuff on there, on Netflix, and literally within about 3 weeks of me having the service, all Disney stuff came off because Disney announced they're doing their own streaming service, which they've only just released this year. That was as I said, 3-4 years ago. And then again, you got, as I said, Amazon, Hulu. It's just, if you want to watch things back, you're fucked, basically. Where's a show you like? It's on a streaming service and not on normal TV. Again, you're fucked. Long gone are the days where everything used to just be put on TV and that was it. And if you wanted to watch it, it'd be on for example, BBC iPlayer, ITV Hub, or Channel 4 on demand. Or on YouTube, people record it and put it on YouTube, for fuck's sake. Them days are long gone, because if people do that now, they get copyright fucking claimed and guess that the other more likely. Alright, guys, it's dinner time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy dinner, mate. No worries. Cardiff City TV is £15 per month for all games. I think Orient also did it around £10 per month. And they have over 8,000 subscribers. Do Premier League clubs show live games via this? Sites? No. And that's another thing. Premier League has never allowed that. I would have thought maybe that was a scheme they could. I did touch on this before you came on the chat, Brownie. Me and Richard have mentioned this, spoke about this a couple of weeks ago on this channel, and we actually discussed things like that and why haven't the Premier League allowed the clubs to stream the game, all our respective games off our own website, our own club websites for a set fee, like £5 a month for a season ticket, so to speak. Say 30. That's what I think now. If it's a season ticket, say £38 for the season, so you're covering. When it comes to Premier League games, that's a pound per game effectively. But in normal circuit, if you're in, for us, example for us, that £38 probably would be a couple could play. Say £39 for the teams in Europe. But that's still a good price, and fans would pay for that. All fans would pay for it. Would pay that for a season ticket sort of thing, or the £5 a month. And then the clubs would make their money back in abundance. They'd be fucking running to the banks with all the money they'd make out of it. But because the Premier League wouldn't have any benefit from it themselves, that's why they won't do it. Whereas with this, I don't care what PR they've put out. Them and Sky and BT are making some money out of this. Oh, yeah, there's another one. YouTube Premium now, yeah. YouTube Premium and YouTube jumping on the act. Hey, don't stream fuck all. It's just us creators doing what we do, effectively. Sam Greenwood here in Norway. Disney Plus caused a lot of controversy when they advertised you would get Mandalorian Season 1 and Mulan Live film exclusively from day one when it launched, but it launched without them. Did it? Well, I knew Mandalorian over here in the UK, Mandalorian was when did they release it? Anyway, I have my face. When did they release it over in Norway? Because they released it here, set it up off here back in, I think during lockdown. I think it was start of lockdown, so around mid-March, early April. And the Mandalorian Season 1 was already on there. What's gone off over, I think that I've written, and in the States, I think it's the same as well, with Mulan, is obviously we're paying £5 a month for the actual service as it stands. And they've obviously released it onto their onto Disney Plus already. But if you can't watch, if you're paying £5 a month, you can't watch it. You've got to pay an extra £25 for Disney Plus Premium to watch Mulan now, or you can wait until December and just watch it on the normal setup. And that's sort of kicked off here. Oh, let's send a photo into the group chat one sec. Yeah, going 2 subs and doing this. Woohoo. I am grateful just to I'm just tired and I'm literally venting out now. It's just like, what she sent us. Oh, here we go. That's nothing to do with this. That's cool. I think it might have something to do with this. Cardiff City TV. What content is there apart from watching handicap football half an hour? Well, oh dear, I'm not even getting involved. I don't even want to get involved in that, to be honest. Jesus Christ, Sam. Oh my God. What are you trying to do to me? Oh my days. Dear. Again, big up people in the chat. Also, please do start smashing that like button as well. Let's try and get to at least 10 likes, up to 10 likes before I end this stream. That'd be absolutely appreciated that you wouldn't believe. Oh bloody hell! That's saying when you're TV, you love a bit of Toy Story. I can tell. Oh, he's the biggest Toy Story fan you'll ever find of us. Trust me. No, I'm not going to say it. Actually, I'm not going to say it. Easy enough to say it. Yeah, fucking demonetized. I'm not saying it. Nope. All right, they released here September 1st with only 2 episodes of Mandalorian. No way. And no film. Fucking hell, at least we didn't have that. When they advertised over here before they actually released it in the UK, as I said, I think that start of lockdown at I think it was up mid March or literally the first couple of days of April, something like that. They're showing on the what's going to be on the service, this, that, and the other, The Simpsons, this, that, and the other, the National Geographical, and all classic Disney stuff, this, that, and the other, and all the new stuff. All the up to date and all your Marvel and this, that, and the other. You name it, it's going to be on there. And Mandalorian, the whole first season on there straight away over in the UK. And obviously, the Mulan situation, as I said, about September, around that sort of time, where they started advertising for Mulan over here. But over here, it's straight. When they were advertising, they were honest. They said basically, if you want to watch it now, we'll put it on there, but you can't watch it unless you pay $24.99 extra for Disney Plus Premium, so that you can watch that. And only that is on it. That's the only thing on film at the moment. Or you can wait till December. And most people are like, we can wait till December then. It's not a big deal. It's not the great. Let's be honest. This live action Mulan is not exactly the greatest film they're fucking putting out. Let's be honest. And yeah, nothing wrong with Toy Story films. They are great. I say the first two definitely are, but then I'm going by that I'm saying that because I used to watch it when I was a kid. So people get off my back of that. Third one, very positive. You've got to see Andy's mum. That's the ironic thing. Everyone of my age group and a bit younger at the time when Toy Story 3 came out, everyone made a big deal out of seeing Andy's mum on there. That's all face. Because obviously the first two films, he was a kid and you were never allowed to see the fucking face. Just her legs, apparently. And Toy Story 4 was like, that was just clearly marketing, not money making itself. But yeah, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, I don't know what else to say on this. It's about going over and over and repeating myself and boring you guys to the hill. Oh. Lads, let's do an Escape to Victory watch along during this international period. Laugh out loud. Oh my days. even Sam's got in there. Oh dear, gotta laugh. If you don't laugh, you're gonna cry. All this bollocks that's going off. But in terms of content going forward, as I said, Sunday was my next planned stream that I'm going to do. I need to actually reach out to Sam in the morning, or if not in a couple. Once I come off this, John and a couple others, see if they're interested in doing a watch along or joining me on a watch along for the England-Belgium game. I mean, we don't have to watch. We don't have to actually talk about England. We can literally just talk about football in general. Again, talk a bit more about this in depth as well, and other things and all things Arsenal. I think it'd be a laugh, and then obviously that's another thing. I need to find out if everyone's available for Monday evening, because obviously Harvey is ready to go on the Third Kits review show, so we need to sort that out for Monday. Get the guests, the panel all sorted for that, and so that'd be a lot of fun. I think we all know what kit's gonna be the worst kit. in the Premier League third kits category. If anything beats it, I'll be surprised. And then, I think now, then we've got another watch along I'm planning to do for the Denmark game at Wembley. And from that, have a day, literally, assuming nothing else kicks off, have a day off in between, and then I think now Thursday. I'm trying to think. When is that? When is the actual Denmark game? Tuesday or Wednesday, I think it is. 1 second. We're playing Sunday, Wednesday, wasn't it? Actually. Yeah, Wednesday. So Thursday night off, and then Friday I'll come back, do a preview for the Man City game, and then Saturday, sorry. Double bubble, see me twice. Yeah, go back in the chat in a sec. Double bubble, get 2 lots of me in one day. First off, for the Celtic v Rangers, or Rangers, whatever way around it is, the Old Firm derby. What going to do a watch along for that. I think that'll be really interesting as a neutral. Again, as a neutral on the something different for the channel as well. And it's one of, aside from North London derby, the biggest derby in the country. Let's be honest, in the country, in the UK. I think it's just be really interesting that an outsider's perspective on that Old Firm derby, and then you'll get some rest from me and the guys for a few hours, and then we're back for the big one: Man City versus Arsenal at the Etihad. And be prepared for that one, because I think we're all going to be out of sync on that one by the looks of it, because I don't think anyone's going to have Sky by then. So we're literally all going to be out of sync, like you wouldn't believe. I mean, Nunberg in the chat is also saying the Man U Zebra. I don't even call it a Zebra kit. It's literally it's fucking Harry Maguire Prison Break fucking kit, basically. It's like Adidas foreshadowed Maguire's comeuppance from a few weeks ago. Like, you literally couldn't make it up. And now the guys in the chat are talking about the Great Escape now. Oh my days. Russ Morgan saying Bjarne can be John Walk. And Sam just pissing himself off in it, basically. So yeah, and then I was a Man City watch, so I'm trying to think. I can't think I can look that far ahead in terms of games. Nope. But yeah, in terms of some neutral, I'm some neutral games in there, and let's look at the fixture list for Arsenal one set. Because all Europa League games will be covered over on this channel for Arsenal. And on Tuesday, and every European week, match day week, I'll cover a Champions League game on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. So again, it's covering from a neutral perspective. We're giving content to you guys, but from an outside perspective, we're going to give you a glimpse of what it's going to be like, sort of, when Arsenal back in the Champions League next season. Touch wood. Just about Arsenal winning it this season, obviously. I think this will be a laugh. Cover some of the big games: Juventus versus Barcelona, Ronaldo, Messi, PSG versus the second best team in Manchester, apparently. If you can say that, I think they're the fourth best team in Manchester, and that's saying something. That's been nice, actually. Do you think Partey will play City, or given some more days to settle in? I don't know. Does anyone know when he's actually due back in London from his international duty? Because I think that's sort of, if he arrives back on Wednesday, he might have a chance. If it's any later than Wednesday, I don't think. I think at worst case he'd be on a bench on Saturday night, and obviously in the full day you'll be on the Leicester City game. But it depends on when it depends on when he comes back. and how fit he feels and this, that, and the other. Thought that make you laugh. As I said, it's like Adidas foreshadowed what was coming in terms of Maguire. And be the fit in the kitchen. Again, that's very, very nice of you. The furthest Arsenal have to travel is to Molde, Norway. I think not far from Vienna and Dundalk are closer. I'm sure. I think that is literally Dundalk in Ireland is literally an hour's plane. Now it's not even an hour on a plane. So yeah, and Vienna, yeah, that's close. I think that's close as well. That's what I'm saying. Not only has the Europa League, we've got unfortunately expect a piss easy Europa League group. Touchwood. We ain't got far to travel. I mean, when you compare it to Tottenham, who have got an easy group, but they've got a bit further out to travel compared to us. So that sort of benefit us. That can benefit us in the league as well. Not having much travel to do. Words out. I mean, I think that again, that's why he's gone so full strength with his Europa League squad we put out yesterday. Thank God we had to go to Baku. Yeah, exactly. One that season, the season we got to the Europa League final, we had to go to Baku twice. If you think about it, because we had to play the team that actually plays there. We played them in the group stage. We had to travel there in the first place. Yeah, don't mention Baku. Okay, no. Yeah, don't mention Baku. Don't mention Paris. Don't. Oh, what was your? I can't remember what your fan. UEFA Cup final in 2000. I can't remember if that was hosted. That was Istanbul or something. Not Istanbul. It was. Oh, it might be. It was somewhere, but oh no, it was Amsterdam. UEFA Cup final for 2000. There are some nasty Eastern European places in Ukraine, Belarus. Yeah, exactly. And the ones, and some of the people that travelled out there, the fans that travelled out there, found out the hard way. Fuck it, things I heard. Jesus, how they got out there alive is beyond me. Oh, again, that's another positive. We don't have to travel to fucking God knows where FC, Ukraine, Belarus. Fucking, you're gonna die there basically, or not of a certain ilk, so to say. Whereas Tottenham have to, and that's gonna go. That's gonna go down. Leaving to it basically. That's gonna get messy when the locals do their research. I would say. Oh dear. All right. Cracking on. Also, Samson and chat. What were your thoughts on this? Obviously, Saliba. I think he's been heavily linked with Brentford and Watford now in the last 24 hours. Copenhagen. Copenhagen. I thought it was. What did I think it was? Another place. Fuck knows. It's be nice to me. It was 20 years ago, so be nice. And I was in primary school. Was that year 5? Year 5. I'm literally trying to do math now. Bloody hell. Oh my god, literally, I think. Yes, next it would have been because of that. Yeah, year 5. Making me think at this time I like them. Yeah. Right, let's have a look at the likes. How are we doing for likes, guys? Are we getting towards that 10 likes mark? Let's have a look. We're halfway there. 5 more away. Yeah, Sam Greenwood. What I was asked him. We can't loan him to a championship side, in my opinion. Either keep him or let him go back to France in January. He didn't get much of a season and recently lost his mother, so give him. Yeah. We played. I remember us playing Galatasaray, and obviously we lost some penalties. And it was a strong team. They put T over us, and that was all the last game they played for us. They fucked off to Barcelona, a pair of them. I get what you're saying, and I totally agree with you. I thought we would have put him in the Europa League squad in myself as well, just because. Sorry, because of the strength of the opposition isn't exactly that. Excuse me. That challenging, basically, it's sort of perfect for nothing can go. You can't really lose in that situation. So yeah, that's yeah. So yeah. Plus, with the Europa League squad as it is, it's only for the group stages. As I was saying yesterday, it all gets after group stages. You got the obviously January window and all that, which we still got going ahead from the 2nd of January to the 1st of February. So after the 1st of February, we've got 48 hours to then submit our teams again for the rest of the tournament. For the Europa League competition, assuming we're still in it, obviously. So yeah, we could have put him in the Europa League squad for the group stage, and then look to loan him out in January, back to France. But yeah, to be fair, there is a space because of this is a bizarre thing. We've put this Europa League squad out, loaned 5 goalkeepers, and one of the goalkeepers, Iliev, we've sent out on loan. Literally yesterday as well. Just I think it's Shrewsbury or something. So there's technically there is a space going spare at the moment that we could use up. Oh my days! Let's go back into the chat. Yeah, the Galatasaray thing. Yeah, as I said, like, I remember the game because I couldn't remember where it was. I swear it was Amsterdam. Why did I think it was Amsterdam? Beyond me. But yeah, we've because we dropped out the Champions League to get into UEFA Cup, and we battered everyone we got put up against. We were battering, for fuck's sake, all the way to the final. Literally battered every opposition over in the basically the first second was over. Basically, bang, 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 bang. Semi final, we fucking walked, and then got to the final, and it's literally. This is what we had. We had full straight David Seaman, Adams, the Pardas, the Vieiras, as I said, Petty, Mark Overmars. These are players that obviously previously won a double a couple of years back, but at their pomp, and literally we had won the league title. So this is like the second biggest trophy they could have won that season in terms of what its value to the club would have been going forward. And yeah, scrappy 0-0, and then goes to pens, and the English team loses on pens. Who would have thought? To be fair, they were poor pens that we took that night. When they're saying I loved going to Eastern European for football, guaranteed some scraps each year. That's all I'm saying. Sam, I told you when Wales played in Poland and Russia. I don't know. Yeah, you said in Warsaw was the worst. They could be nutters there for sure. Also Sam was saying I was surprised not to see Saliba in the Europa League squad. It means he's behind where he should be. I think that's what Arteta is saying. He's because of what happened last year with the couple of injuries he had at the beginning of the season. And as soon as he went back, he was getting the flow of things from January till March. Got in the flow of things, and obviously COVID hit, and then literally a month later, back in April, the French season was cancelled. So he was there anyway, twiddling his thumbs. He couldn't come back to Arsenal and be part of the Premier, be part of the matchday squad for us in the return of the Premier League because he was registered at, even though we own him, he was sent out on loan, and the contract there hadn't ended. Even though the season had ended, we had to wait and all that crap. And that's just got messy. And amongst all that, as you said, he lost his mother, which the Welsh copper who saved us in Russia, who committed suicide. I'm missing half a conversation here because I don't have a clue what's going on there. The last also saying in the chat, Partey should be available for City game. Don't know if Arteta will include him. As I said earlier to Sam, I think it depends when he arrives back in London. If he arrives early enough during the week, next week obviously, to have at least two and a half trainings, 2.5 days in training. Obviously, got to have testing as well. We've got to remember that as soon as he arrives back, he's got to do testing, this, that, and the other. Make sure he's clear and no positive. Yeah, there's no way he's contracted the virus, and if he has, he can't play. Then obviously, then he can't pass it on, this, that, and the other. So if he hasn't, fantastic. There's more chance of him playing, but. Yeah, if he's literally back on Thursday, I doubt he'll start on Saturday night because literally not enough time to be playing that team training and all that, and it also waiting for test results of his COVID testing because all the players that come back from international are going to have to have COVID tests before they come back into training anyway. I mean, if I can say that, then Cheney's gone off to Scotland. Obviously, someone contracts the virus. He's saying he was nowhere near the player, but he's been told to exclude himself and self-isolate. He's had 2 tests since this all came out. Both have been negative. We're trying to get him back down to London in the process and keep him self-isolated down here and put him back into our bubble. Oh, dear. I don't think it's... I think it's not fully that. I think it's literally more so... It's not where he, Saliba, and the club were expecting him to be, but that's nothing to do with play himself. I think that's more you've got to take into consideration, as I said, in and out for the first part of the season, got back into the full flow of things, and then COVID hits, and his season gets cancelled, and then literally he's now grieving. Him and his family are grieving the loss of his mother as well, which is tough at any time. But especially when you're then making a move away from your homeland to a whole new country and this, that, and the other. So they try to do the right thing and send him back to France, but it just didn't have enough time in the end. By the time they decided to do it, by the looks of it, or Saint Etienne messing about. I'm surprised we actually did. To be honest, I'm surprised we actually negotiated with Saint Etienne now after how they behaved in the summer and insisting that we had to pay them to allow Saliba to go back to them for a one-off game. I'm surprised we actually even entertained them, to be honest. Big up also again. Big up Russell. I'll be wrapping up soon anyway, but cheers for coming on. And being interactive in the comments. Again, I'm going to double check my like count now. It was at 5. Hopefully it's towards the 10. 10 now. Let's have a look. We're 6 or 4 away now. Come on. We can do it. Come on. 5 us. I'm sure you do, Sam. I'm sure you do. Oh dear. I'm really glad I didn't say what I said earlier on about in terms of Toy Story and you loving it. Galatasaray were a decent team back then. Turgay, Hakan, and the keeper who went on to play for Barcelona. So that's to go to war paint on his cheeks for every game. They knocked out United out. They knocked out. They knocked United out of the Champions League the season before. I think when Cantona fought in the tunnel. Well, again, that was 2000. But that year it would have been year 4, so I'm not really concentrating on other teams as like Man United as much in Europe. It's more my team only sort of thing. I really enjoyed doing that podcast, Sam. It seems to have gone down well. Is it? And yeah, everyone was discussing in the chat for a second there. Well, yeah, sort of died down. The main topic of this show sort of died down a bit in the last 20 minutes or so. Which I think it's a good thing because otherwise I'll be still here rambling on about the thing, repeating myself and boring you and getting dislikes. Oh dear, I mean, Brownie. Actually, while you're there, Brownie, have you actually had a chance to watch your team get mauled by a Southgate team yesterday? If so, what did you make of it? Because to be honest, up to that first goal, it was literally the most dullest game ever. It was still a dull game in general, but once we scored, it was literally, you knew there's no because we hadn't seen any chance to create chances from at 0-0. You knew they weren't going to create an end at 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. I mean, big up Sam. He must be wanting to fucking wrap things up now. Literally, come on, let's get them 10 likes. It'll be fantastic. Come on. Long Burkup's also saying this Saliba situation is taking a mick now. Bought over a year ago, hasn't played a competitive game for us yet. Could be landed to the championship. Planning yet again by Arsenal. I think what's gone against this whole situation with Saliba, as I say, obviously we signed him, landed him straight back to him. About a month or two in, he got an injury, came back for a couple of weeks, then went back. Then again, about 3 weeks later, he got another injury to come back, and then literally late December, I think it was late December, early January. Late December, early January, sorry. He obviously went back and then started going together injury free, this and the other, and then COVID hits. So this is Arsenal's argument. He didn't get a full season, the full season they planned for him to have at St Etienne, improve in certain departments and improve his trade, this and the other, as they say. He didn't get to do because obviously literally COVID hit in March, and then literally 4 weeks later, or 3.5 weeks from that, from literally going, all the leagues being put on pause, essentially cancelled their season fully. So then he's then there for the last few weeks of the season. Initially, twiddling his thumbs, not having nothing to do. Then he lost his mum. Then by the time the French FA rearranged the French Cup final between Saint Etienne and PSG, his contract with them, the loan deal, had expired by then. And then literally in the negotiations with Saint Etienne to loan him back for that game, so he could play that game and have that bit more experience, even though it's one game and all that. Saint Etienne demanded that we had to pay them to loan him back for him to play one game. We had to pay them. They wouldn't pay a penny basically for one. And for the sake of one game at a time, I was like, what was the point? And fair play to Arsenal, they stood their ground and went fuck off, basically. So his development got halted more so from March onwards because of what's happened as a whole globally. But yeah, it does seem weird, and also it does seem really weird considering he did play at MK Dons game and looked really good actually. He's also been given the number 4 jersey as well, which is huge for Arsenal, about the history of Mickey Thomas, Patrick Vieira, Cesc. And again, like you say, Lumberkamp, literally, sort of, if you're going to land back, sort of running back, sort of landing back to France because of the fact, because of what families was all that. The championship thing doesn't make sense. I don't personally. I think it's just me. I think it's just media being the media and trying to get a story out there just for the next few days until next Friday when the window fully closes. Like fully. Excuse me. So I think it's just the media being a media and putting something out there just to, and hope it sticks, basically. And I personally don't think they're going to loan him out. The fact, as I said, we've now with this Europa League squad, there is a space available. There's a slot available in the Europa League for someone to go, for a player to be included into the Europa League squad now, because obviously one of the five goalkeepers that was put in that initial squad has now been loaned out, literally on the same day. Literally, yesterday got loaned out to, I think, is it Shrewsbury or something? I can't remember now. But yeah, got loaned out to that League One, League Two club. Big up Steve in the chat. Yeah, won't be on here much longer, don't worry. Well, I think I plan to come in for long every time, and every time I go over an hour and a half, all for and what was it the other night? 3 hours. At one point, fucking came up with this thing. Didn't tell me it was fucking no battery, and decided to turn itself off. And God forbid it tells me, oh no, don't be silly. But big up to my new subscribers. Big up to the new subscribers as well that have subscribed to the channel in the last hour or two. One away now, guys. One away. Come on. One like away from the target, the live target. Obviously, if you're watching this back, do smash the like buttons even further and see how high we can get this. I think my highest number as a whole since I've had this channel was at 20. I think that's during the summer, I think. For one of the watch alongs or preview, one of the two. But anyway, yeah. Oh, this from Sam in the chat as well. Going back up in the chat now, bloody hell. Right, have you heard about the rule changes Wenger's proposing? No, he's not him proposing. It's what he's saying. UEFA proposing. Instead of throwing just some big kick-ins in your own half, out swerving corners, not being called over the line. Oh, so they go. Okay, further back in, sort of thing. I've explained. Free kicks being able to kick to yourself. Oh, like take that roll on and sort of Okay, so you mean yeah, this is not what he's proposing. Because I think I've seen the quote as well. I've seen what I think you've seen, but it's literally not him saying he proposed it to UEFA. It's what UEFA are looking to change themselves. The people higher in the powers that be around him. But again, I don't know. Again, this book, actually, the book itself, the autobiography it comes out, might give a bit more detail into that next week. Which actually, yes, next Tuesday. Yeah, okay, doesn't time fly? That keeps me busy, I suppose. In between doing the watch-alongs and streams and all that, assuming nothing else kicks off, because I actually would like to read this book ASAP. Oh dear. Yeah, that's again. I might be wrong. I might have read it myself, and you might have read it correctly. But yeah, it's interesting, very interesting, especially the throwing thing. No more throwing. When it goes out, you got to put it on the ground and kick it in. What are we fucking playing FIFA now? Volta, fucking hell. Gee. Big up Boyce in the chat as well. I didn't put anything in the screen. Big up Boyce 888 in the chat. Come on, you Gunners. Exactly. If you haven't, and Boyce, if you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel, as I said already, because a lot more content's coming your way, basically. Mainly, obviously, Arsenal content, but with the odd, as it's because of international football, the odd England watch along. I hope I can get someone, a couple of you guys on to watch it with me, or otherwise I'm going to be here like nodding off at some point because it's fucking Gareth Southgate, for fuck's sake. Yeah, Arsenal previews, the watch-alongs and the player ratings afterwards. Either depending on the time, like I said, if it's like the last game of the day, then the player ratings will be the following afternoon around lunchtime. If it's literally any other time during the day, like 5:30, 2 o'clock, whatever it is, kickoffs, or 3 o'clock kickoffs or whatever it is, then the player ratings will be like about an hour or two later. And obviously, as I said, Tuesday and Wednesdays on European match days, weeks, Tuesday and Wednesdays I'll pick a certain game from both days, and we'll do watch-alongs on there as well. Covering every single Arsenal game until for the next 6 months, by the looks of it, on this channel via watch-alongs, this, that, and the other, all via the streaming service by the looks of it. What do you need help with, Brownie? What? I'm not. All right, Ryan, you've heard about the leak from Wenger's book that he and the club had planned for Klopp to take over before Liverpool, but Wenger changed his mind because he wanted to win over his angry fans. Yeah, exactly. I did see that literally about what are we now? The 9th, aren't we? I think late mid last week. I saw that. I think in the papers are putting out on social media and all that. They're quoting him and taking certain quotes, and that was one of the quotes they took. I was like, "Oh, you bastards! You fucking bastards!" But the fact, and what's more annoying, that he agreed because obviously there's rumours about obviously the successor and things like that, and who would be the more the best replacement going forward. And the most popular at the time was Klopp when he was at Dortmund, and this is obviously before he had that weird last season he had. And yeah, he agreed that Klopp was the right man to go take over, and then as you said, the angry fans fucked us over basically. And as you say, the irony of the angry fans there in AFTV being the reason he wanted to stay and prove them wrong. You know, the fucking sheer irony. Oh my days! If you don't laugh, you're gonna cry. See. Oh my days! Oh my days! Oh my days! It's just imagine. And the thing is, at the time, I remember at the time, literally, because I used to go into my local bookies where I used to live, and I talked to some of the guys in there that were like Brentford fans and this, that, and the other, and they said they were talking about Klopp and John. They're saying this was before Klopp when Klopp had just been like, this is literally just after his first full season. And we're all saying, look what he's doing with Liverpool and the players he's got there, and we're all agreed. You could argue at the time Arsenal had a better squad than Liverpool as a whole. So imagine what he would do with Arsenal. The Arsenal squad at the time was like, if you can say it, inform Ozil and for that 15-16 season, things like that. yeah, and you see now with that squad he obviously had, he's gone on to be champions of Europe and Premier League champions, for fuck's sake. So imagine what he could have done with us, with that squad and going forward now. Fucking hell. We could have actually won a Champions League. I don't know if I need to stop because I'm going to burst into tears in a minute. That was sheer agony. We can thank Claude and Lee Gunner for that. Yeah, there's a few others. Don't forget certain others as well that played a more prominent role in the Wenger out situation with their banners. We've beat Hull City in the FA Cup quarter final. We as rearranged 3-0 or 4-0, something like that. Perfect time to get a banner out and go Wenger out. Especially in that literally, because it'd been rearranged, we'd have to play the semi-final. Sorry, the quarter final. It was a quarter final. Won the game. The Hull City game away was rearranged, and the winner of that would go to quarter final against Watford. And we would been at home. We was at home for that Watford game, and it was literally a few days after having to play that rearranged match. And yeah, we got knocked out. And they had the audacity to all complain again and whine. Yay! That's true as well. So in one sense, all good things come to those who wait and be patient and not vent 24/7. Oh, Bradford away was a League Cup. I call it League Cup because it's different sponsorships every fucking year. The League Cup was a Bradford away one where we lost on pens, and we had Jorginho for mine. We had that purple and black stripe kit for the away kit that year as well. We literally had we had a full strength team for that game as well, and we literally peppered it. We literally, I'm trying to think now. We went 1-0 down, and we just they tried sitting back with the 1-0 win, and we peppered, got to the 1-1, and it literally looked like because it went to extra time back then. Looked like we were going to get the win because again we peppered for that half hour, peppered and got the penalties. And you're thinking penalties, okay, not ideal, but still it's still a strong Arsenal team here, strong players that are international players that could take penalties. And yeah, we lost on penalties to a League Two team. Yeah. And the following season, we lost 3-0 to Sheffield Wednesday in the League Cup. But yeah, the infamous FA Cup game where Brighty and DT had a fucking fallout on social media afterwards because DT thought it was smart to fucking put a banner out saying Wenger, that folks memories, time to go and all that. After we just won a rearranged away game in the FA Cup to go to the quarter final. After the FA Cup, a cup that we were defending, by the way, going for a third year defending it. But no, that was the perfect time. I think had the audacity to then whine 3 days later. At the time, probably not, because it wasn't, obviously, as we've seen, wasn't a 100% owned by Stan at the time. It was like 75%, and at the time he wasn't being as full on or doing the things that he's been doing since he's took full ownership, like 100% ownership of the club. When I say that, I think, God, can't stand Stan, but in the sense of since he sort of gained 100% ownership, and it looks like it's going that way anyway. He's given Josh the reins of the club, and Josh is like the voice piece between the club and him, and things like that. And since then, you started seeing slowly but surely these little things here and there that have suggested he may be telling for long. But proof of being a pudding, you can't just, especially now, you can't just now decide to back our manager this time round for one window and then go back to your old ways of, no, not spending. Mate, if you want to spend, you've got to sell. Sell to spending this, that, and the other to accumulate whatever. Because, that doesn't get us nowhere, as we've seen. If anything, we go backwards. Oh dear, views are going down there, so I think I better wrap things up. Anyone getting an plus we're getting tired as well, so I'm sure you guys are pretty sick of me for the third time this week. I've had to sit and watch me on my own rant or complain or whine about something this week. But this time you can't blame me. This is a premiere. We can't blame it at all. For any of the shows that I've done, literally, this one was false though, because Premier League being the Premier League, and Sky and BT being what they are, and the greedy fuckers that they are. I had to get my voice out there and get my voice my opinion without talking to us and going mad. And so see if you guys had the same vibe. If it was just me. But yeah, so that thing's up now anyway. Again, thanks to everyone that was in the chat: Brownie, Sam, Vass earlier on, and some of the new guys as well. Boyce, 88, Long Burkamp. I'll get everyone. Lars Janus, Janus, who's he's one of my new subscribers because he'd say he did look new, so I did say subscribe. It looks like he has. That's fantastic, and I hope that long may that continue. Hopefully, you can all spread the word about the channel and share this all around. Going forward, and get as many people seeing this. Well, the bulk of this stream, the main bulk of the stream, what it's about, is spread the word, and hopefully, the powers that be will see this at some point or get wind of it, and maybe they'll backtrack. I don't think I've got that power, obviously, but you never know. If enough people watch this and we get that sort of traction of it out there, you never know. Maybe the public outcry then from people sharing this about liking it, like putting their voice over in the and all that, and the numbers of people agreeing and this, that, and the other. Maybe they'll go, "Oh fuck, we fucked up." I doubt it, but you never know. But until then, Ryan's complaints corner is over. I might as well call it that because. But to be fair, the shows I've done where I have this week I've complained to two of the three shows I've done where I've complained. Obviously, the one I haven't complained was yesterday's. The other two, I was justified in doing because of the situation of what it was and what we sort of covered in tonight's stream. And I think what now? This Friday. I think, is it Wednesday or Tuesday night we did the first one. But either way, I was technically justified in that. So you're just going, ah. To be fair, again, that first show was not meant to be going on for 3 hours though. And as I said, I'm not going to keep you that long this time. Yeah, so again, appreciate you guys all coming in and having a chat back and forth and all that. Oh, dear, I'm just hopefully the powers that be don't give me any more reason to complain for the rest of the week, and obviously we start looking forward in the next few days. So obviously the watch along, the show on Monday with the rating of the third kit. Sam, if you're available for that, do let me know. I'll reach out to John and a few others as well, see who's available for that and who's interested. And yeah, and then as I said, the watch along for Belgium and Denmark in between respectively, and then obviously Arsenal. Getting back to the Arsenal. Looking forward to the Arsenal coming back whilst we're going for a full lockdown approaches us again. But until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you Sunday at 4:45 in the evening, UK time. Until then, as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.